ഗുഡ് മോർണിംഗ് ഓൾ. അടുത്തായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ പറയുന്നത് ലാറ്ററൽ വെൻട്രിക്കിൾസിനെ കുറിച്ചിട്ടാണ്. ലാറ്ററൽ വെൻട്രിക്കിൾസ്, ബിഫോർ വി കം ടു ദ anatomy of lateral ventricles, how they are formed, what is the development of formation of the ventricles and the cerebrospinal fluid, let us discuss. So firstly, nervous system develops from the ectoderm part during the embryological life. During the third week of intrauterine life, the ectoderm on the dorsal surface of the embryo overlying the notochord becomes thickened. This thickness gives rise to neural plate. So firstly, in the formation of the nervous system, what is formed? So there is a formation of neural plate, and invagination of the neural plate further forms a neural groove. As the groove deepens, it bounds on either side by neural folds. Neural folds are formed. Then the neural folds fuse in the midline to form the neural tube. So here it is shown the neural tube, formation of neural tube. And neural tube further develops into prosencephalon, mesencephalon and rhombencephalon. So three swellings on the 25th day of development. The neural tube, its cephalic part. Cephalic part means the upper part develops into three swellings. So they are called as the brain vesicles. So which are the brain vesicles? So here comes the prosencephalon, mesencephalon and rhombencephalon. So initially during the development, so which structure is formed? Neural plate is formed in the development of the central nervous system. Central nervous system. So it starts developing from a neural plate. The neural groove is formed. The neural groove deepens to form neural fold. Then this neural folds fuse in the midline to form neural tube. So this neural tube is limited by two orifices. They are called as the cephalic orifice, that is the anterior neuropore. So anterior neuropore here limits the development of this neural tube, and a posterior neural tube is formed in the caudal end. This limits the development of this neural tube in the inferior end or the caudal end. Caudal means tail end. So it limits the development of this neural tube in the caudal end by posterior neuropore. So two neuropores are formed. Neuropores. So which are the two neuropores that delimits the neural tube? So limits its length. So upper part it is limited by upper neuropore, that is the cephalic end by anterior neuropore, and posterior neuropore in the caudal end. So clear? In the 25th day of development, the cervical part, the upper part of the neural tube is enlarged into three swellings. So they are the three vesicles. So which are the three primary brain vesicles? So if it is asked like that way, what is the answer? Prosencephalon in the upper part, mesencephalon below that, and rhombencephalon below that. So which are the three primary vesicles formed in the neural tube on the 25th day? Prosencephalon, mesencephalon and rhombencephalon. Now let us see the further development in the embryological life. So in the further embryological life, the prosencephalon forms telencephalon, the highly enlarged part, uppermost enlarged part. Prosencephalon develops into telencephalon, which is the uppermost enlarged part, and then uppermost enlarged part is called as telencephalon. and one part of the prosencephalon is buried within the telencephalon. Buried within means, so it is covered inside, buried within the telencephalon. So that is known as diencephalon part. Diencephalon part. So this telencephalon is having a ventricle within this. The cavities of brain vesicles are called as ventricles. The cavity of each of the cerebral hemisphere is known as lateral ventricle. So this lateral ventricle are the cavities of cerebral hemispheres. So cavities of cerebral hemispheres are called as lateral ventricles, whereas the cavity of the diencephalon is called as third ventricle. The cavity of rhombencephalon is called as fourth ventricle. So this you should remember always. So these ventricles, fourth ventricle, third ventricle, and the neural central part, that is the cerebral aqueduct. So these all are filled with CSF. So all these are filled with CSF. So CSF, through this the cerebrospinal fluid passes in the central nervous system, through this the CSF. So these all are fluid filled, CSF filled areas of the central nervous system. Next is the feature of lateral ventricle. So here is the diagram of ventricles of the brain. So lateral ventricles are 2 in number. So as you know, they are the ventricles or the cavities of cerebral hemispheres, left and right cerebral hemispheres. So there are 2 lateral ventricles, one present in the lower and medial part of each cerebral hemisphere, lying by the side of the median plane and separated from each other by septum pellucidum. So septum pellucidum is the septum that separates the lateral ventricles. So you should remember they are the cavities of telencephalon. So you should know what is the telencephalon. We already discussed. So telencephalon was the uppermost enlargement formed in the neural tube at the development during the embryological life. The shape is very irregular in shape. The shape of the lateral ventricles are very irregular in shape. So with the third ventricles, communications with the third ventricles, so it communicates with the third ventricle below through the interventricular foramen. Interventricular foramen is shown here. So it communicates with the third ventricle through interventricular foramen, so with each other through the third ventricle. Each other it communicates through the third ventricle. The lining of all these foramens, these ventricles. So these ventricles are lined by ependymal cells. Ependymal cells are the linings of the ventricles of brain and central canal, and central canal is lined by the ependymal cells. The ependymal cells are the lining of ventricles of brain and central canal of the central nervous system. So which are the parts of the lateral ventricle? Next point is the parts of the lateral ventricle. The central part or body part is the first one, which is located mostly in the parietal lobe. Parietal lobe ilana edu kanunathu, body part is located, and it has got, lateral ventricle has got 3 horns or cornua: anterior horn, posterior horn, and inferior horn. So you see here the anterior horn part of the lateral ventricle, anterior horn, posterior horn, and inferior horn. It has got 3 parts. The central part or the body part, central part of the this one lateral ventricle extends from interventricular foramen to the splenium of corpus callosum, where it is continuous with the posterior and inferior horns which diverge from each other. It consists of which all parts? Roof, floor, and medial wall. So here the central part has got a connection with which all structures you see here, and it has got three parts: roof, floor, and medial wall. Imagine roof, floor, and medial wall. The roof is formed under the surface of trunks of corpus callosum. Corpus callosum, you see here, the roof part is formed just below the under surface of the trunks of corpus callosum. The floor is formed from lateral to medial side by caudate nucleus, striate terminalis, and thalamostriate vein. Floor of the central part is having floor of the central part means lower part of the central part or the body part.